Hello, welcome to my class. Today I am going to teach Merchant of Venice Act 4 Scene 1 Part 3. This is the climax of this play. In the last class we have discussed the statement of Bassanio that Antonio's life is more valuable to him than his wife, life and all the world. Then, but he doesn't know that Portia was Balthazar. So Portia listens to all and she says, Portia, your wife would give you little thanks for that if she were by to hear you make the offer. Then Portia responds, your wife won't be so happy to hear this offer. Then Gratiano, I have a wife whom I protest I love. I would she were in heaven so she could entreat some power to change this cursed Jew. Here, Gratiano is making a better offer. He wishes his wife to be in heaven and she would be able to pray to a power and to change the mind of this cursed Jew. That is, to change the mind of the Jew, Shylock. Nerissa, it is well you offer it behind her back. The wish would make else an unquiet house. Then Nerissa responds, it is better that you have made this offer behind her back. That means in her absence. Otherwise, your house would have been an unquiet house. That means your wife would fight with you. Shylock, these be the Christian husbands. I have a daughter. Would any of the stock of Barabbas had been her husband rather than a Christian? Aside. Here, Shylock listens to all the statements made by Bassanio, Gratiano and all. So he is telling that these are Christian husbands. See, the Christian husbands are like this. I have a daughter. Would any of the stock of Barabbas had been her husband rather than a Christian? Shylock says to himself that I have a daughter. I prefer her to marry the descendant of one of the descendants of Barabbas than having a Christian husband. Here, Barabbas was a Jewish character in the Bible. He was a murderer and a thief. Jews hate murderers and thieves. But still, the Jew, Shylock, being a Jew, he prefers his daughter to marry a Jew, marry the descendant of Barabbas. That means he hates Christians. Then Shylock was telling aloud, see, why do we waste time? Make the arrangements. He wants to have the bond as fast as possible. Portia, a pound of that same merchant's flesh is thine. The court awards it, and the law doth give it. Then Portia declares, a pound of this merchant's flesh is yours. The court awards it. The court is giving you that. And the law doth give it. And the law also allows you to take a pound of flesh from this merchant. Shylock, most rightful judge. Then Shylock was so happy. You are so right. You are the most rightful judge. Portia, and you must cut this flesh from off his breast. The law allows it, and the court awards it. Again she repeats, you can cut a pound of flesh off his breast. You can take the flesh from his breast. The law allows it, and the court awards it. Shylock, most learned judge, a sentence, come prepare. Then he was so happy. You are the rightful judge, learned judge, and this sentence, come on, we'll do the preparation. Portia, tarry a little. There is something else. This bond doth give thee here no jot of blood. Then Portia comes to the point. Wait a little. Tarry a little means wait a little. There is something else. What is that? This bond doth give thee here no jot of blood. According to the bond, you cannot take a drop of blood. The words expressly are a pound of flesh. What is written? The words are a pound of flesh. Take then thy bond, take thou thy pound of flesh, but in the cutting it, if thou dost shed one drop of Christian blood, thy lands and goods are, by the laws of Venice, confiscate unto the state of Venice. It is written that you can take 1 pound of flesh, but while taking, take then thy bond. You carry out, you carry on. You can take the flesh. Take thou thy pound of flesh. You can take your pound of flesh. But in the cutting it, if thou dost shed 1 drop of Christian blood, but when cutting it, while cutting the flesh, if you shed 1 drop of Christian blood, thy lands and goods are, by the laws of Venice, confiscate unto the state of Venice. Then if you shed 1 drop of Christian blood, then your land, your estates, your goods, everything will be confiscated by the state. Gratian, O upright judge, mark you, O learned judge. Then Gratian was so happy. Gratian was repeating the same words of Shylock. O upright judge, mark you note it, see this. O learned judge. Shylock, is that the law? Then Shylock was trapped. Is that the law? Portia, thyself shalt see the act, for as thou urgest justice, be assured, thou shalt have justice more than thou desirest. You have made the law. You can see yourself. You can see that yourself. You ask for justice and the rest assured. You are getting it more than you bargained for. More than you asked for. Gratiano, O learned judge, mark you, O learned judge. Then again Gratiano is telling you, O learned judge, you just mark it, Jew. See how learned the judge is. Shylock, I take this offer then. Pay the bond thrice and let the Christian go. Then Shylock surrenders. Oh, I take this offer. I will take the bond thrice. That is thrice the amount, and let the Christian go. And he is letting the Christian go, letting Antonio go. Bassanio, here is the money. Then Bassanio was ready with the money. Portia, soft. The Jew shall have all justice. Soft, no haste. He shall have nothing but the penalty. Then Portia interferes. Wait. The Jew can have the penalty. The Jew will have all justice. No haste, don't be in a hurry. He shall have nothing but the penalty. He cannot have anything else but only the penalty, only a pound of flesh from Antonio's chest. Gratiano, O Jew, an upright judge, a learned judge. Gratiano was so happy. He was excited. O Jew, an upright judge, a learned judge. Portia, therefore prepare thee to cut off the flesh. Shed thou no blood, nor cut thou less nor more, but just a pound of flesh. Therefore prepare. She is telling the Jew to prepare. Be prepared. Thee to cut off the flesh. You can cut off the flesh. Shed thou no blood. You cannot shed any drop of blood. Nor cut thou less nor more, but just a pound of flesh. You cannot cut more or less, but just a pound of flesh. If thou cuts more or less than a just pound, be it but so much as makes it light or heavy in the substance, or the division of the 20th part of one poor scruple, nay, if the scale do turn, but in the estimation of a hair, thou diest, and all thy goods are confiscated. Then Portia declares everything in detail. You can take 1 pound of flesh without shedding a drop of blood, and you can take exactly a pound of flesh, not more or less, but just a pound of flesh. If thou cuts more or less than just a pound, but so much as makes it light or heavy in the substance, or the division of the 20th part of one poor scruple. Scruple means the smallest measure of weight. So you can just cut off 1 exact pound of flesh. If you cut more than a pound, even little, even the smallest, even the 20th part of the smallest measure, and the scale should not turn even. It cannot turn even to the weight of a hair. Then also, if the scale changes by even so much as a hair, then also thou diest and all thy goods are confiscated. Then you will die. You will get death punishment and all your properties will be confiscated by the state. Gratiano, a second Daniel, a Daniel, Jew, now infidel, I have you on the hip. Now Gratiano is responding. Gratiano is telling you, second Daniel, Jew, a Daniel, Jew, now infidel. Infidel means non-Christian. Now I am getting you on your grip, on the, see, now I am getting your grip. Portia, why doth the Jew pause? Take thy forfeiture. Why do you wait, Jew? Portia is asking the Jew, why do you wait? You can have your forfeiture. Shylock, give me my principal and let me go. Then you give me the principal, that is 3,000 ducats. Then I will go and let me go. Portia, he hath refused it in the, Bassanio. I have it ready for thee. Here it is. Again, Bassanio is coming forward. I have it ready for you. You can have it. Portia, he hath refused it in the open court. He shall have merely justice and his bond. And then Portia is telling, he has refused to have the amount. He has refused to have the ducats. So now he cannot have it. He has refused it in the open court. Now he can have justice. Only his bond. Gratiano, O Daniel, still say I, a second Daniel, I thank thee, Jew, for teaching me that word. Again, Gratiano is calling Portia a Daniel, a second Daniel. And Gratiano is thanking Shylock to teach that word Daniel. Shylock, shall I not have barely my principal? Again, he is asking, shall not I have my principal, just the principal? Portia, thou shalt have nothing but the forfeiture, to be so taken at thy peril, Jew. Now, you cannot have anything else but only the bond, only the forfeiture. To be so taken at thy peril, Jew. You can take it according to your risk. On your own risk, you can take a pound of flesh from Antonio's chest. Shylock, why? Then the devil give him good of it. I'll stay no longer question. Then Shylock was getting angry and Shylock is telling, let the devil give him punishment. I'm not standing here anymore to have any more questions. Portia, tarry, Jew, the law hath yet another hold on you. It is enacted in the laws of Venice, if it be proved against an alien that by direct or indirect attempts to seek the life of any citizen, the parties against the which he doth contrive shall seize one half of his goods. The other half comes to the privy coffer of the state. Here, Portia is coming forward and telling, tarry, Jew, wait, Jew. The law hath yet another hold on you. The law has another grip on you. It is enacted in the laws of Venice. It is written in the laws of Venice that if it be proved against an alien that by direct or indirect attempts he seek the life of any citizen. If an alien means foreigner. If a foreigner by direct or indirect attempts try to take the life of a citizen of Venice, the party against the which he doth contrive shall seize one half his goods. The party against whom he has plotted, that is Shylock has plotted against Antonio. So Antonio can seize one half of his property. Then the other half comes to the privy coffer of the state. Then the other half of the property comes to the public treasury of Venice. And the offender's life lies in the mercy of the Duke only against all other voice. And the offender, who is the offender here? Here Shylock is the offender. The offender's life is at the mercy of the Duke. Only according to the will, according to the wish of the Duke only, Shylock can live. If the Duke pardons Shylock, then he will get his life. And in which the predicament, I say, thou standest, for it appears by manifest proceeding that indirectly and directly too thou hast contrived against the very life of the defendant. And here in this proceeding, I can understand that you have both directly and indirectly plotted against the life of the defendant. Defendant is Antonio. And thou hast incurred the danger formerly by me rehearsed down thereof, and beg mercy of the Duke. And therefore you have earned the punishment I have already described to you. Now you can beg mercy from the Duke. Gratiano. Beg that thou mayest have leave to hang thyself, and yet thy wealth being forfeit to the state, thou hast not left the value of a cord. Therefore thou must be hanged at the state's charge. Gratiano is teasing Shylock that beg that thou mayest have leave to hang thyself. You can beg to hang yourself. You can beg for death punishment. And yet thy wealth being forfeit to the state, thou hast not left the value of a cord. And as your wealth is confiscated by the state, you don't have the money for a cord also to hang. Therefore thou must be hanged at the state's charge. So you must be hanged at the state's expense. Duke. That thou shalt see the difference of our spirit, I pardon thee thy life before thou ask it. For half thy wealth it is Antonio's, the other half comes to the general state, which humbleness may drive unto a fine. Now Duke is telling that thou shalt see the difference of our spirit. Now you can see the difference of difference between us, difference of your spirit and our spirit. I pardon thee thy life before thou ask it. I pardon your life before you ask for it. For half thy wealth it is Antonio's. Your half the wealth of yours will go to Antonio, but the other half, I am just reducing it to a fine. You can pay a fine and release your wealth. Portia. Aye, for the state, not for Antonio. You can. It is for the state. What is for the state, that you can reduce it into a fine, but not the portion belongs to Antonio. Shylock. Nay, take my life and all. Pardon not that. You take my house. When you do take the prop that doth sustain my house, you take my life. When you do take the means whereby I live. Then Shylock is telling, don't spare my life. You can take my life. You are taking everything. See, pardon not that. You don't pardon my life. You take my house. When you do take the prop that sustain my house, you are taking everything. You are taking away the house, and when you have taken away my property that sustain my house, then there is no sense in keeping me alive. You have taken away those means which support my life. So you better take away. No need to give me pardon. You take away my life. Portia. What mercy can you render him, Antonio? Then Portia is asking Antonio, what mercy can you show to him, Antonio? Gratiano. I halt gratis, nothing else, for God's sake. Then Gratiano is telling, only a rope to hang, nothing else. Antonio. So please, my lord, the duke and all the court to quit the fine for one half of his goods. I am content. So Antonio is addressing the court, and he is telling that I am content, I am happy that one half of his property is reduced to a fine. He has to give a fine to the state, and the other half, so he will let me have the other half in use. So he would allow me to have the other half to use, to render it upon his death unto the gentleman that lately stole his daughter. And one more thing, I'll transfer that property that can be used by me, will be transferred to the gentleman who stole his daughter. That means who was the gentleman lately stole his daughter? That is Lorenzo. He would transfer that property to Lorenzo. Two things provided more, that for this favor he presently become a Christian. The other, that he do record a gift here in the court of all he dies possessed unto his son Lorenzo and his daughter. And he wants Shylock to do two more things. What are those? Two things provided more, that for this favor he presently become a Christian. So Shylock should become a Christian. That's the one thing. The other, that he do record a gift, that he should write a will. Gift means will. Here in the court, he should record, he should write a will in this court that after his death, what all property he possesses will go to Lorenzo, his son Lorenzo. Here, Lorenzo is his son-in-law, but Antonio calls him son. All the property of the Jew would go to Lorenzo and Jessica, Shylock's daughter. Duke, he shall do this, or else I do recant the pardon that I late pronounced here. Then Duke confirms. Duke tells that he will do that. Otherwise, I'll revoke the pardon which I gave him. Portia, art thou contented, Jew? What dost thou say? Portia, are you satisfied, Shylock? What do you say? Shylock, I am content, I am happy, I am satisfied. Then Portia, clerk, draw a deed of gift. Then she calls her clerk to draw a deed. That agreement should be written. Shylock, I pray you, give me leave to go from hence. I am not well. Send the deed after me, and I will sign it. Here Shylock is requesting the Duke to send him home because he was not well, and he also said to send the deed to his home. He will sign it. Duke, get thee gone, but do it. Then Duke allowed, but do it. You sign it. Gratiano, in christening shalt thou have 2 godfathers. Had I been judge, thou shouldst have had 10 more to bring thee to the gallows, not to the font. Here Gratiano is teasing Shylock. See, you in christening, for christening you should have 2 godfathers instead of 1. And if I were the judge, I would have you 10 godfathers to bring you to the gallows, not to the font, to the gallows to be hanged. Exit Shylock. Duke, sir, I entreat you home with me to dinner. Then Duke is inviting Portia to his home for dinner. Portia, I humbly do desire your grace of pardon. I must away this night toward Padua, and it is meet I presently set forth. Then Portia is asking excuse. She is telling that I'm sorry that I have to go to Padua tonight itself. So I should be in a hurry. I don't have time to have dinner with you. Duke, I'm sorry that your leisure serves you not. Antonio, gratify this gentleman, for in my mind you are much bound to him. Then Duke tells Antonio to give him very good reward, because Antonio's life is indebted to this young gentleman, this lawyer. Bassanio, most worthy gentleman, I and my friend have by your wisdom been this day acquitted of grievous penalties. Here Bassanio tells that I and my friend, that Bassanio addresses Portia and tells I and my friend, that is myself and my friend, myself and Antonio, became free because of your wisdom. We are free from severe punishment. In lieu whereof 3,000 ducats due unto the Jew, we freely cope your courteous pains withal. So we gladly give you, pay you your pay for your kind service, this 3,000 ducats which is due to Jew, Antonio, and stand indebted over and above in love and service to you evermore. Then Antonio says that we are always indebted to you in service and love forever. Portia, he is well paid, that is well satisfied. What Portia tells, those who gets job satisfaction is well paid. That means she is so satisfied, so much satisfied with her job because she was able to make Antonio free. That is her reward. And I, delivering you, am satisfied. As I can save you, I can deliver you from the punishment, I am satisfied. And therein do account myself well paid, and I consider that I am well paid. When my job is getting reward, that means I could do the job well and make you free, I consider that I am well paid. My mind was never yet more mercenary. I pray you, know me when we meet again. I wish you well, and so I take my leave. And then I am not interested in monetary benefits. That is, mercenary means monetary benefits. But I request you, when you see me next time, please remember me. I wish you well, and so I take my leave. I wish you the best. I wish you all the best. I am taking my leave. I am leaving. Bassanio, dear sir, of force I must attempt you further. Take some remembrance of us as a tribute, not as a fee. Grant me two things, I pray you, not to deny me and to pardon me. And again, Bassanio is requesting. Bassanio requests that I want to give you something. Take some moments, or take something as a token of our gratitude, not as a fee. Please do two favors for me. That is, first, don't refuse me, and second, excuse me for forcing you or insisting you. Portia, you press me far, and therefore I will yield. You are forcing me so much, so I am yielding, I am allowing. To Antonio, give me your gloves. I will wear them for your sake. Then she turns to Antonio and tells, you give me your gloves. I'll wear it in remembrance of you. To Bassanio, and for your love, I'll take this ring from you. Do not draw back your hand. I'll take no more, and you in love shall not deny me this. Bassanio, this ring, good sir, alas, it is a trifle. I will not shame myself to give you this. Oh, this ring, this is very less. I will not shame myself by giving you such a low gift, such a small gift. Portia, I will have nothing else but only this, and now methinks I have a mind to it. I don't have anything else, but I want only this. Now I feel like having it. Bassanio, there is more depends on this than on the value. The dearest ring in Venice will I give you, and find it out by proclamation. Only for this, I pray you, pardon me. Then Bassanio is telling that, I want to give you something more valuable. And see this ring, I am prepared to present you more than this. I will bring you the costliest ring of Venice. I'll declare that I'll get you the costliest ring in Venice. I request you please to pardon me only for this ring. Portia, I see, sir, you are liberal in offers. You taught me first to beg, And now, methinks, you teach me how a beggar should be answered. Here Portia is telling that you are very liberal. You are very liberal in your offers. And you taught me first to beg. You made me beg for your ring. And now you teach me how beggars are to be treated. That is how you are a liberal person. Bassanio. Good sir, this ring was given me by my wife. And when she put it on, she made me vow that I should neither sell nor give nor lose it. Then Bassanio tells the truth. Sir, good sir, this ring was given to me by my wife, and she made me vow. She made me promise that I should never lose this ring or give it to anyone or sell it. So she has made me promise. Portia. That excuses many men to save their gifts. And if your wife be not a mad woman and know how well I have deserved the ring, she would not hold out enemy forever for giving it to me. Well, peace be with you. Then Portia tells that this is the excuse all men tell to save their gifts. For not giving any gift, men always makes this excuse. And if your wife be not a mad woman, if your wife is not a mad woman, she would understand and she would know, well, I have deserved the ring. How well I have deserved this ring. Then if your wife is not mad, she will understand that how well I deserve this ring. And then she will not have any enmity for this, for giving it to me. Well, peace be with you. Then she exits. Antonio. My Lord Bassanio, let him have the ring. Let his deservings and my love withheld be valued against your wife's commandment. Then Antonio forces Bassanio. My Lord Bassanio, let him have this ring. You give this ring to him. Let his deservings and my love withheld. See, she deserves it, and my love also be valued more than your wife's command. Bassanio. Go, Gratiano, run and overtake him. Give him the ring and bring him, if thou canst, unto Antonio's house. Away, make haste. Then Bassanio agrees. And Bassanio tells Gratiano to go to run after Portia and give him this, overtake him and give him the ring and call him to Antonio's house. Away, make haste. Go fast and give him this ring. Come, exit Gratiano. Come you and I will thither presently, and in the morning early will we both fly toward Belmont. Come, Antonio. Then come on. See, today I will thither presently, and in the morning early will we both fly toward Belmont. Come on, today we'll spend together, and tomorrow we both will fly to Belmont. Come, Antonio, come on. That's the end of the scene. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. God bless.